Olivet, which is from Jerusalem a Sabbath day's journey. A Sabbath day's journey, which was less than 1 mile, kept people pretty much in their location. Kind of reminds me of the Berea City Cops and the state police in Kentucky, led by our Antichrist Governor Beshears, who makes sure to only pull people over on Sundays. I've started seeing more traffic sites as I started complaining about it, but only on Sundays. Maybe that will keep people from traveling too far for a church. I know people who travel to Lexington from Somerset for a church. We should. So, how many churches do you pass on your way to the church you go to? What's wrong with those churches? Anyway, let me get off my preaching sermon pulpit. That was why they would all camp very close to the temple during the feast days when they came to Jerusalem to worship. The Mount of Olives would probably be covered with people camping out, possibly several 100,000 of them at a time of the feast. Why? Because they needed to stay within the Sabbath day's journey of the temple. We talked about that, the Feast of Tabernacles. They actually built a little tent, a little tabernacle. Tabernacle means tent. And so they would camp out. Everybody would for the Feast of Tabernacles. But anyway, verse 13, and when they were come in, they went up into the upper room where abode both Peter and James and John and Andrew and Philip and Thomas and Bartholomew, Matthew, James the son of Alphaeus, and Simon the Zealots, and Judas the brother of James. These all continued with one accord, praying and in prayer and supplication with women and Mary, the mother of Jesus, and with his brethren. That's verse 14. And I rejoice that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was there. Her reputation has now been cleared. At this point, it was obvious that Jesus was the Son of God and virgin born, as she had claimed. The multitude of the apostles, the attitude of the apostles and the other believers was that of oneness, of prayer, and of waiting. There is no way that we can duplicate this period today. Remember that this is a time period, a time capsule between his ascension into heaven and the coming of the Holy Spirit. You and I do not live in that time period. It cannot be duplicated. We are not waiting for the coming of the Holy Spirit. We are over 1900 years ago. We will get to a section that says daily they listen to the teaching of the apostles and were in the church daily. And I do believe we have the ability to do that through Celebrate Recovery. There has been occasions in my life where, like when I lived in Somerset, Monday was at the mission, Tuesday is First Baptist, Wednesday you can go to church, Thursday Eagle Heights, Friday was Science Hill, Saturday I finally found one up in Harrisburg, Reform at Transformation Office. They had theirs on Saturday. That might be a good day to have it. Sunday you have church again. And so it's easy to be in the church house every day of the week these days. In fact, the big book for Alcoholics Anonymous teaches that first year of your sobriety, you spend 365 days in each day with your butt in a seat. And so it's a very easy that we can do that. Not saying that we should live communally or as a communist entity in that sense. That is bygone and long gone. But we could meet on a daily basis in our homes and those kind of things. Of course, I need a Sabbath every once in a while so I can sleep for 28 hours. Speaking of which, I took a